Hello everybody, I thought I'd continue with my refactoring of the game trivia code base refactoring exercise. And I finished the last video with the question, how would you create a back button on this? Because that's something which is often difficult to do in object-oriented code. This is pretty object-oriented now. We have this game structure and a player structure, which you could think of as being objects. Similar as how Go does objects, if you wish. And the game structure also has certain methods on it. So in Java, these would be objects, or in a more traditional OOP language, these would be objects. And the question is how to do, question which I asked, which I mentioned at the end of the last video, was how to do a back button on this. And the main problem with the back button in object-oriented code is that you've got state spread all over the application. And to try to go backwards requires either programming ways to undo state changes individually, or to move all the state to one place and then clone it. And the end game, if you wish, the game plan is to have one big game state stack, one big state stack, and go backwards just means pop the top item off the stack and go back to a previous item, and that's your current state. Fortunately, we already have this game structure here, so we're quite close to having a current state. Unfortunately, everything we do with the game structure is mutation at the moment. Rather than producing new copies of the game structure each time we want to do something, each time we want to modify the running state or have a new running state, rather than producing new copies, we just modify the existing state. So there are a couple of things we can do now just to start working on this problem. And the first thing we need to do is change all the functions which modify state, so that the return value at least is a state object, and then we can work on changing the way these functions work. So everything which modifies state, for example, add here, should now return a new state object, even if at the moment we're just going to return the same object. So let's just return, well, this return value was never used anyway. And now the code, there we are. So now this code should still compile, and it should still run. It does the same as before. But we now have the possibility of changing the state, of producing a new state rather than changing the state. And whatever calls this function here, it doesn't know. It just gets a state object and performs the next bit of code on the new state object. So let's do the same for the roll method. Let's go to roll and have it return a state. Return game. Let's do the same with the winner found message. We can use something Go offers, which is multiple return values here. Sorry, wrong answer method. Return that should do it, I think. I have to change the type. It's one thing I like about Go, is that it has multiple return values. Let's see if I've broken anything. I don't think I have yet. No. And one other function which returns, which is one of the top level functions which modifies state, is this one, was correctly answered. No, we have to be a little bit careful with the... No, this is okay, we can just return, at the moment we can just return me, false, me, did player win, and return that. And I think this should work. Let's see if I broke anything. No, I didn't. Good. This is the first step. The next step is to look at functions further down the calling chain, which also modify the state. For example, next player here modifies state. So wherever next player is used, let's have it return the state. just return the state which it has modified at the moment. Oh, sorry. Oh, that's going to be more difficult here. We have a defer here. And did player win? When did player win doesn't change state, it just takes a player object. Well, let's get rid of the dependency on me then. On the game object, we don't need it. It just takes a player and checks if it won. So I need an next player, we need to get to the me. So me is equal to me dot next player, return me. And here we can do the same thing. Get rid of that. Oh, press the wrong button there. We have another next player method somewhere, I think, yes. Let's see if I broke the code. No. Not yet. Where do we see some other state changing? We've got a p.pers here, which is changing state. We don't have a method for that, do we? So let's have a func me game pay player, which turns a player back. What it actually does is me dot players, me dot current player dot pers plus plus. You may think, what's the point of this? It's just a longer winded way of doing this. The thing is, we are returning a new player object. So where do we have this plus plus? Do we have that anywhere else in the code? No, construct answer the only way you can earn money. That makes sense. Good. So now getting close to the stage where only these blocks here, inside these little leaf functions, are modifying state, but they also return a whole state object. Is anything else which is modifying state here? There must be somewhere. What else do we have here modifying state? Oh, we have a p.in penalty box is true. Okay, then let's make a game. Let's make a function for set penalty box. Set in penalty box val bool, and return the game. And we just do me dot players, me dot current player dot in penalty box is like val return me. Let's do it like this at the moment. P dot set, sorry, me dot set in penalty box true. Let's see if that works. I think it does. Where are we using in penalty box? Oh yes, there was no p dot in penalty box, set in penalty box false. That was never used, was it? I thought there must be a way of doing that, but there doesn't appear a way to do that. Do we now have everything which modifies state? I doubt we do. I really doubt we do, because there's a lot of it. I think we're still a long way away from having everything which modifies state. We've got the advanced player, which needs to return the game, certainly. Return me. So let's search for advanced player. Okay, I can't type. There's one. That's all of it. That's good. We have is getting out of penalty box is being set here. Let's make a function for that, or method. Set getting out of penalty box. Val bool, which returns a game. Okay. there, so it looks okay. False. Oh, apart from that, it's only used, it's not set anywhere. Good, that sounds good. Getting closer. What else? Changes state here. Me is me player, that's good. Me.turn in general changes state, doesn't it? So let's return a game here. Me is equal to, and there's got to be something else which changes state. This ask question changes state. It changes state of the questions, yes. So let's do that then. Yeah. Okay, I think I've now got all of the ways. No, I haven't. There's a player here. Oh no, that's one which I extracted. Sorry, okay. So I think we now have all of the places where state has changed. We move that all to little functions. In the next episode, I will try to show you why this is useful. Let's see. Many thanks.